This is a letter written on Christmas Day 1914 of what happened on Christmas Day in the trenches. Christmas Day 1914. My dear sister Janet, it is 2 o'clock in the morning and most of our men are asleep in their dugouts. Yet I could not sleep myself before writing to you of the wonderful events of Christmas Eve. In truth, what happened seems almost like a fairy tale. And if I hadn't been through it myself, I would scarce believe it. Just imagine, while you and the family sang carols before the fire there in London, I did the same with enemy soldiers here on the battlefields of France. Just yesterday morning, Christmas Eve day, we had our first good freeze. Cold as we were, we welcomed it because at least the mud froze solid. Perfect Christmas weather. I went to the dugout to rest, and lying on my cot, I must have drifted asleep. All at once, my friend John was shaking me awake, saying, "Come and see what the Germans are doing." I grabbed my rifle, stumbled out into the trench, and stuck my head cautiously above the sandbags. "What is it?" I asked in bewilderment. And John answered, "Christmas trees." And so it was. The Germans had placed Christmas trees in front of their trenches, lit by a candle or lantern, like beacons of goodwill. And then we heard their voices raised in song. Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht. This carol may not yet be familiar to us in Britain, but John knew it and translated, "Silent night, holy night." I've never heard one lovelier or more meaningful. And that quiet, clear night is dark, softened by a first quarter moon. When the song finished, the men in our trenches applauded. Yes, British soldiers applauding Germans. Then one of our own men started singing, and we all joined in. The first Noel the angel did say. They responded with enthusiastic applause of their own, and then began another. O Tannenbaum, O Tannenbaum. Then we replied, O come all ye faithful. But this time they joined in, singing the words in Latin. Adeste fideles. British and German harmonizing across no man's land. "English, come over," we heard one of them shout. I saw one of our men lift his rifle to the ready, and no doubt others did the same. But our captain called out, "Hold your fire!" Then he climbed out and went to meet the Germans halfway. "We've agreed there will be no shooting before midnight tomorrow," he announced. Across the way, we could make out groups of 2 or 3 men starting out of trenches and coming toward us. Then some of us were climbing out too, and in minutes more, there we were, in no man's land, over 100 soldiers and officers of each side, shaking hands with men we'd been trying to kill just hours earlier. One cannot help imagine what would happen if the spirit shown here were caught by the nations of the world. Of course, disputes must always arise, but what if our leaders were to offer well wishes in place of warnings, songs in place of slurs, presents in place of reprisals? Would not all war end at once? Your loving brother, Tom.
Christmas morn, the trenched foeman lay, the German and the Briton born, and it was Christmas Day. The red sun rose on fields of crust, the grey fog fled away, but neither came to fire the first, for it was Christmas Day. The red sun rose on fields of crust, the grey fog fled away, but neither came to fire the first, for it was Christmas Day. They called from each to each across the hideous disarray, for it was Christmas Day. For terrible has been their loss, for this is Christmas Day.
Between the trenches then they met, shook hands, and e'en did play at games on which their hearts were set on happy Christmas Day. Not all the emperors and kings, fanciers, and they who rule us could prevent these things, for it was Christmas Day. O ye who read this truthful rhyme, from Flanders kneel and say, God speed the time when every day shall be as Christmas Day.